Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Live, woodwardsports.com. As always, Adham, Beydoun, Jeff, Iafrate. On a beautiful Thursday morning. The weather is whatever.
It's raining.
Traffic is horrible this morning.
Yeah.
So,
It seems like it gets a little bad outside, and you should expect to have some sort of car accident on the way to road. I know, but that's the point. A little bit of rain. There was 3 probably car accidents I passed on the way here. So,
congrats on the haircut.
thank you.
Smooth. Looking smooth. We got a fun show today. We have a fun show. I want to kill 2 narratives off the bat with Jeff on the Lions quarterback situation moving forward. Some of it is mostly bullshit, and there's maybe 5% truth. So I want to get to that to start off the show. But after that, we'll get to CJ Stroud, Jackson Smith-Njigba, his pro day, everything that's going around there. Carolina rumored to be in love with CJ Stroud. 8:30, how much pressure is on the Lions to nail their the first round picks?
By the way, is your mic plugged in? 'Cause I don't know if they're picking you up.
I was just going to say, is your mic plugged in, Adam? Because we're not picking you up on the levels. I got Jeff, but not you.
Picking me up now?
Now I got you.
So I don't want you to go too far.
This
Yeah,
is bullshit.
I don't want you to get on a rant, and then next thing you know, we can't hear
What
you.
is,
This
by
is
the way,
bullshit.
By the way, what is going on the last couple days? Like,
I don't know. Unprofessional. You know what?
rarely happens on this show.
Here's exactly what we're going to do. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen right now.
Last couple days have been rough, to say the least. Who are you calling? Oh, jeez.
Hello?
You're fired.
Huh?
You're fired.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Was that Alex?
That was Alex.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your morning. Jeff, nice to see you as always.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to start off. I want to end a few narratives regarding Jared Goff, the quarterback conversation. We kind of touched on it yesterday. I'd like to expand on it just for a bit to start the show. We'll get to CJ Stroud's pro day. It looks like he may be going #1 overall. 8:30, we'll get to how much pressure is on Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions to deliver on their first-round picks again for a 3rd consecutive year. At 8:45, we'll open up the phone lines. 313-552-6322 is the number. We want to hear your thoughts on draft expectations, your grade for the Detroit Lions this offseason, expectations going into next season. It should be fun. Should the Lions make a move for D'Andre Hopkins? You know how I feel about this. I want to pitch you something on the Detroit Pistons at 9:40. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on it, so I'll give it 9 minutes. Because I really don't want to talk about the Pistons. But something came into my mind that I think could happen, and I want to know if you would do it. So we'll get to that in the second hour, but we'll start the show with Lamar Jackson, okay? Lamar Jackson having his own contractual problems with the Baltimore Ravens. At the end of the day, I still think he's going to be a Baltimore Raven. But we got to stop this Lamar to Detroit shit. Cody Benjamin put out his ultimate free agent destinations, and it was Lamar to the Lions. And I'm just, scrolling innocently, trying to get through my night, and I see that shit. And I ask myself, how do you even justify Lamar in Detroit? Financially? What do you do with Goff? You're trading 2 picks for Lamar if you sign him and outbid the Ravens. What do you do with Goff? Huh? Please. Can we just stop? Can we just accept the fact that Lamar Jackson is not a viable option for the Detroit Lions? Please. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of the scrolling. I'm tired of all the bullshit. Can we just move on?
Yeah,
And I'm not going to give it more than 5 minutes. And if you have anything to add to this, be my guest. But, Jeff, I'm done, man. I'm done hearing about why Lamar would work. No, the fuck it wouldn't. I'd rather have Jared Goff over Lamar Jackson. And if we want to talk about the athlete and all this other stuff that he's clearly superior to Goff at, sure, fine. I'm not paying him 45, let alone 50 million a year. He's gonna Dak Prescott me. He's had a top 10 defense in Baltimore for 4 consecutive years. Yeah, I'll kind of pass. Give me Goff. Love the way the offense operates, and they're not moving for Lamar. It goes against everything Brad Holmes and this front office has done from day one. It goes against every decision they've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
No more Lamar shit, please.
Yeah, I'm with you. It never really started with us. I mean, we never talked about Lamar to Detroit. The fact that you have to give up 2 first-round picks and pay him $50 million is the end. That's where it ends. Right, we could talk about Lamar, and we can go back and forth and have fun debates over who do you think is the better player, Lamar or Goff. That's all fun and games. But if we're talking about Lamar being acquired by the Lions, the conversation stops. And I don't know who else is pitching this on this network, but it's not all endorsed by everybody on this network. I think you could safely say me and you definitely have not endorsed it. I know Neil went on a rant yesterday. And Neil, by the way, Neil, now that I'm back on my show, if Neil brings up that I said I want Lamar in Detroit, that is an absolute lie. I've never said that. Now, did I say Lamar's better than Goff? Yes. But the asking price and what you'd get for Lamar is ridiculous. And honestly, 2 first-round picks, knowing what Brad can do with those first-round picks, and paying him $50 million when you have Goff on a discount right now, it's ridiculous. So, yes, the conversation, it ends at what you'd have to give up for Lamar. It ends right there. I don't even know why people entertain it. I know there's not much to talk about right now, and Lamar, being I don't want to say a free agent, but free to go and seek a trade. I guess that's all people have to talk about right now. But no, Lamar to Detroit is ridiculous.
I think everybody's smart enough in this room, in the chat, to realize that this guy is not a legitimate option for this football team.
No, it's not realistic.
And even if you could get him, why? Why? You guys are all bitching at me for the last 3 months about the salary cap and how you need a rookie quarterback. And then you're going to justify it with Lamar. There's maybe 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now I'd be willing to pay $50 million a year.
I would agree with that. I think we can mutually agree. Mahomes, Burrow, I would say Lawrence.
You pay Josh Allen,
and
Trevor
then
Lawrence.
Josh Allen. Maybe Herbert's creeping
I'd throw
up
in
there.
Herbert.
Yeah, so there you go. That's all.
That is it.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're going to move on. Today, by the way, first day of fasting for me.
Oh,
usually,
is it?
Usually the first few days are the worst, by the way.
See, people watching on WoodwardSports.com, this is how you can tell progressive Adham through these days.
Oh, it's going to get hard.
There's going to be some cranky mornings. I can't wait.
I'm already cranky. My voice is kind of like just shot.
Yeah.
I woke up at 4:45, ate a date, drank a ton of water, and I couldn't find the energy to eat. I wasn't even hungry. So I just went back to bed. I woke up and I'm dying. I can't even have a coffee, man. God.
Oh, my goodness.
We brought on that guy, and he's like, it's a month about not swearing. I'm like, fuck. I guess it's not going to happen.
There you go.
It's not going to Look, I just accept what I am. Yeah. Right? The sooner you accept what you are and who you are, life becomes a lot
compromise.
easier.
Like, you're compromising. Yeah. You're not giving up swearing, but you're doing the rest.
I can't. It's part of my vocabulary. What do you want me to do? But I'm going to be in a shitty mood for about 30 days, so get used to it, guys. Let's hope there's some good things that happen in the news. Whew. But CJ Stroud, his pro day, unbelievable. We'll get to that next. Phone lines are going to be open the rest of the show starting at, 8:30? So 8:30 can start calling in. We'll get everything ready. And then at 8:45, we'll jump on the phone lines with all of you. JB, welcome back. We missed you, buddy.
JB.
It's been a horrible few days without you.
What's going on, fellas? I missed you guys.
JB, you sick of this Lamar talk too?
I'm really sick of it. Like, at first, it was fun at first. Like, it was all jokes and games, and it's like, oh, he might come to Detroit. This could be nice. But now it's like, we don't need to bring this back up.
Now it's getting like redundant.
We don't need to bring this back up. We have our quarterback in Jared Goff, and once again, yesterday I apologize because I didn't get my point across to Neil very clearly. Because of course I was TDing and also trying to like talk at the same time, and of course there were fans there that couldn't really talk over. So I was like, Jeff, prefers Lamar over Goff because he's a better quarterback, but he doesn't want him here.
Yeah.
So he didn't get that across. So that's my apology that came across that way.
I was like JB, he'll let him know. All right, I got JB speaking for the morning show out there at Big Boys, so I appreciate you, JB.
Yeah.
But no, it's all good. I think Ermanni and Edwards are friends, good friends. Ryan, Ermanni, Braylon, and Maz. I think they're the only three. I don't know about Braylon, but I know Ermanni and Maz are the two that are really advocating for
I get wanting a quarterback. I do. I get the idea of wanting to draft one. I wouldn't do it this year. I get it. It at least makes sense to me. But the idea that Lamar Jackson is a significant upgrade over Jared Goff, to me, is nonsense. I don't think he's a significant upgrade. The only way you upgrade right now, if you're the Detroit Lions, is if you land Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. But even Jalen Hurts, you know how I feel about the idea of him touching the ball 12 times a game on the ground. I don't love it. So I'm going to move him from that list. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, and Josh Allen. Those are the five.
I agree.
Those are the five, and then everybody else is in roughly the same category, and you can rank them however you want. Mm-hmm. But Lamar, Dak, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, all these guys, they're all relatively the same. I think more of Goff than I do the other three. Like, there isn't a significant upgrade here. You want to draft your guy? Be my guest. This isn't the year. 3 quarterbacks are going before you get your opportunity to draft one.
Typically, so, in all honesty, usually the 4th quarterback taken typically it doesn't always work out. I think Josh Allen was the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. He was picked 7th. I think he was 3rd or 4th, but that's it's an anomaly. Typically, it doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen.
I think the 4th quarterback with Trey Lance, that was Justin Fields. He was the 4th one, and I don't think that you're not a huge Justin Fields fan. Yes, that is the correct draft class. Yep. So you're not a huge Fields fan. So for Jared Goff, I think the only upgrade, you listed all of them, I'd probably add Jalen Hurts in there, but still, it's only, 7 quarterbacks? So,
well, I mean, Jalen Hurts, for obvious reasons, right? He's coming off an MVP caliber season.
Much younger.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Younger, the contract's really nice, but look, if we're honest, you go to the first round of every draft since the year 2000, okay? I mean, it's tough sledding. And I'll just go back to 2010. Sam Bradford, Tim Tebow. How you feeling about that?
I'm not feeling too good about it.
Okay, Cam Newton, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder, all taken in the top 12.
Okay, you got one.
You got one. You're being nice.
Oh, my God.
Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin III, Ryan Tannehill, Brandon Whedon, all taken in the first round. You got one. E.J. Manuel in the first round in 2013. And then in 2014, Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel, Teddy Bridgewater.
Ooh.
Yep. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston. Oof.
That one was...
Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Paxton Lynch. Yeah. Easy to find a quarterback, right? Let's go past, before 2010. Matthew Stafford, huh? Mark Sanchez, Josh Freeman.
Okay. Well,
one.
Yeah, one.
Okay. Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco. Shockingly, you actually had 2 good quarterbacks come out. Mm-hmm. And they were the only 2 taken that year. Jamarcus Russell and Brady Quinn. Disasters.
Jeez.
2006. Vince Young, Matt Leinart, Jay Cutler. Underwhelming. 2005. Here we go. Alex Smith. Solid, but he worked out later on in his career. So it didn't work out, technically, for him to start with the Niners. Aaron Rodgers worked out, obviously, and Jason Campbell, I can't even remember what the hell he looks like. 2004, this is not even fair. This doesn't happen, and it hasn't happened in almost 20 years. Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger.
3 Hall of Famers, yeah.
But well done. Well done. Cool. Big Ben fell to 11, by the way, in that draft. 2003, back to shit. Carson Palmer, solid quarterback. Byron Leftwich, Kyle Bowler, Rex Grossman.
Oh, jeez.
Underwhelming. 2002, David Carr, Joey Harrington, Patrick Ramsey. Underwhelming.
Joey Harrington. Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
You get my point? 2001, Michael Vick. 2000, Chad Pennington.
It's the most important position in football, but it's the hardest to get right. Like, that's what... It's the reality of it.
So, you go through that entire list... Less than 1 quarterback a draft, if you're lucky on average. Less than 1 comes out in the first round and turn out to be elite quarterbacks. It's hard.
Yeah.
And imagine not being able to pick the first or second guy off the board. Good luck.
Especially when you pick one of those guys and pass on better defensive players because you need a quarterback. And you look back and your quarterback you took was a
money
bust.
those teams look back and they
like, crap.
regret completely.
And that's why I try to differentiate myself from Maz, because Maz is pretty vocal about I will take anybody at 6. I will not. There's 2. And now that Carolina traded up, it's not likely you'll even have a quarterback. CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, they're gone 1 and 2. So at this point, it's worth a conversation, but realistically, you're correct. If you take one at 6, you're probably looking at Levis.
All right. Well, well, look, let's take a break. When we get back,
take Hendon Hooker.
CJ Stroud's Pro Day. I want to get to that coming up next, but before we go, I got to tell you about my good friends over at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week, walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Their awesome stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. So get to a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, woodwardsports.com. Adham, Beydoun, Jeff, Iafrate. If you're missing the show live, you can always catch us after the fact. Listen to the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts will be available. Drop a 5-star review saying, Jeff, you have some nice-ass hair. That's why I listen to the show.
Oh.
At least that's the review I would leave.
Thank you.
Your Detroit Pistons stuff,
It's just
we'll
the hair.
get to later.
No, it's just the hair.
It's just the hair.
There's nothing inside of this head, just hair. Just hair on top.
Look, CJ Stroud put on a show.
He did.
And this wasn't anything new. We see this every year with most pro days, especially the really good quarterbacks. But he solidified his ability to make NFL throws more consistent, you could argue, than any of the quarterbacks coming out right now. He's the most prepared. He made the most NFL-esque throws. He had the most anticipatory throws made among all college quarterbacks coming out this year. Oh, and on top of it, it helps having Marvin Harrison Jr. Don't get me wrong.
And Jackson
By the way,
Smith
will
was
be
out
a
there.
top 5 pick easily. But Jackson Smith-Njigba also showed off a ton of qualities at Ohio State when he was playing. I know the hamstring was a problem, but no team is going to pass on him in the first round. That needs a wide receiver. I would bet my money he's probably the first receiver off the board before Quentin Johnston. But focusing on Stroud, Carolina, number 1 overall, I think that's happening.
Yeah,
you saw
I do
the
too.
McCown conversation that happened after the pro day?
And even before that, my ideology, if you're a GM, if you're Carolina, and you're looking at it like, okay, you have Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, you don't want to be the team that takes Bryce Young and in 3-4 years he breaks down. So you're going to go with the safer option. And I know you could say, well, it's Ohio State quarterbacks. CJ Stroud at least is 6'3", 215. He's probably the best pocket passer of all the quarterbacks in the draft. So for CJ to go number 1, it's not surprising at all, especially with Carolina and the situation he's going to. Good defense. He added Miles Sanders. They're adding weapons. Who knows with DJ Chark? I know the Lions just freed up some money. They restructured Vitae, which we can discuss in a little bit. But if DJ Chark goes to Carolina, they got a good situation. So I love that Carolina did it. Now they get the pick. They can choose what quarterback they want. Houston sits at number 2. They're going to have to just take who falls to them. So, yeah, Carolina makes the most sense right now. And CJ Stroud, man, for everyone that, and even Lucas in the back. I'm calling you out, Lucas, who runs our social media, who's from Ohio, hates CJ Stroud. I kept telling him, C.J. Stroud's different. He can be a good quarterback, needs a good situation, and I think Carolina's the right one for him.
Well, here, let's just put it this way. There's never been an Ohio State quarterback drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
In the modern NFL. You want to go back to 1982, Art Schlitter, I think his name is, maybe. I think that's exactly, he was probably 4th overall. But recent memory, these Ohio State quarterbacks, it's a fake stigma. They're drafted in the 3rd, 4th round, and yeah, they don't pan out because you don't expect them to. And so you take them in the 4th and the 6th round, and it's Braxton Miller, and it's all these guys. Yeah. But who was it recently? Dwayne Haskins, unfortunately, passed away. And Justin Fields right now, who's taken 11th overall.
Right.
Not much pressure there. C.J. Stroud, if he goes 1 or 2, will be the first Ohio State quarterback taken in the top 3. Look, whether you want to use the narrative that all Ohio State quarterbacks don't work, be my guest. If that's how you want to evaluate quarterbacks, be my guest. Have fun with it. But for me, the kid can make all the throws. Does he have the character? Does he have the will? Does he have so many things that you just aren't sure of? Maybe. Does he get happy feet when he's under pressure? Yeah. He's young. Can Carolina protect him well? I hope so. But he's going to need a wide receiver out in Carolina to have any success. Adam Thielen, okay, but he's not a number 1. Carolina's got a lot of decision-making ahead, whether it's Young, whether it's Stroud, it doesn't matter who. They're going to have to supply them with really good weapons.
Do you think it's more of C.J. Stroud or the fact, if you look at the quarterback class itself, that's why he's going 1 or 2? Like, if it was Justin Fields instead of C.J. Stroud, where would Justin Fields go in this draft?
Justin Fields wouldn't go before C.J. Stroud.
Okay. I was just making sure people understand that C.J. Stroud...
No chance. And if you put C.J. Stroud coming out without even knowing what you knew about Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud would have been the 2nd quarterback off the board.
I would... Yeah. Jets.
He's going before Zach Wilson. He would have gone before Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones.
Kyle Shanahan would have loved him. Pocket passer. And he's accurate.
I don't get the knock. Is he from Ohio State? Sure. Do you want to throw that stigma on? Be my guest. Be my guest. But he played the quarterback position better, in my opinion, than any other Ohio State quarterback in their history. Now, was Fields more dynamic? Did he run more? Braxton Miller, all these guys that have attended Ohio State University and were phenomenal. Good for you. Good for you. Cardell Jones, Dwayne Haskins, good. But nobody played the quarterback level at a high standard, at a level like C.J. Stroud. So to just write him off because he went to Ohio State, to me, is a joke. It's a joke. And the most 2 recent first-round quarterbacks were Dwayne Haskins and Justin Fields, and neither were in the top 10, Jeff. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I think CJ, to me at least, he's better than Justin Fields, but Fields is more dynamic to your point. Like, actually playing the quarterback position, I think, throwing the football, I would take CJ Stroud, but as a complete player and what they can do, if Fields can get to that point, he's much more dynamic. But I agree with you. I think if Justin Fields came out this year, I still think Bryce would go in front of him, but again, Fields and his talent. I mean, if Carolina trades up like they did, they might take him number 1 overall. So I think a lot of it has to do with the class that's coming out, but also CJ's good. He's just a good player. I mean, if you watch the pro day, I get a lot of these guys are going to have good pro days, but they showed a lot of different things for CJ Stroud, right? Throws on the run, things that he wasn't really doing that much at Ohio State. They challenged him a little bit, and he showed Carolina what he can do, and teams are going to look at that. Another group of scouts that were there was for the Seattle Seahawks. Not that he'll be there for them, but I just thought that was interesting because I think everybody just assumes the Seahawks are going to take the best defensive player, but they're looking at these quarterbacks, Adam. So I think and I don't know if that's also just bait for other teams to trade up, who knows, but Seattle, I think, is up to something too.
Michigan fans. Oh, what's C.J. Stroud do in the second half against Michigan, man? What'd he do, man?
Oh, Lucas is on the phone? And he's got a problem with my C.J. Stroud take?
Give me 1 second, Lewis.
Oh, can't wait to cook
Not
him
Lewis.
up.
Lucas. God, Adam. I don't even remember his name. But Stroud threw for 350 yards that game. He was asked to drop back 50 times. He threw 48 attempts. I mean, what are we doing here? Go watch the Georgia game if that's what you want to hold him to. One game, go watch the Georgia game. He did everything right to beat the eventual national champions. And his kicker decided to fuck it all up. So please, I'm not saying this is the golden child of this draft class. But what I'm telling you is you want to compare or throw the Ohio State narrative on the kid? I think it's unfair, man. I think it's unfair and irresponsible. Lucas, what the hell do you want, buddy?
I want
Jeff's a
back
jackass,
with
Lucas.
your
So let's give him
Lucas, hold
1
on
minute.
1 second.
Give him 1 minute, Lucas.
He's got to grab
Look at
some
this
headphones,
guy
man.
walking away. Go. You bring up Lucas on the phone, and then you don't even have headphones. What a jackass.
This is ridiculous.
What an absolute jackass. Unreal.
What are we, amateur
Unreal.
hour?
CJ Stroud, best quarterback. I only take Stroud or AR-15, no Levis or Young. Stroud will be decent. He is better than Fields by far. Stroud will be, yeah, true. He's definitely not the typical Ohio State quarterback. Yeah, look, I mean,
Dude,
I ran through the list of first-round quarterbacks. Reasons why the Lions shouldn't take one, and also reasons why, at the end of the day, whether it's Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson, I think we all know one thing. One of them, based on just a history of first-round quarterbacks, one of them will be very good. And the other three, one will be average, and the other two will completely bust out of the NFL. And may I remind a lot of you that you're the very same people that told me Malik Willis should have went number 2 overall last year. So you're not allowed to talk to me. Moving on? Cool. Lucas, you're on the line. What do you got for us, buddy?
just the CJ Stroud hype. I don't understand
Go at
it.
him.
What are we doing here? I mean, especially the take that Justin Fields is not as good as CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud will be how you just said, there will be a great quarterback, there will be an average quarterback, and there will be 2 bad ones. CJ Stroud will no doubt be that average quarterback, in my mind. There's nothing that he does that we have not seen a quarterback, especially at Ohio State, do before, besides probably win more than him. And he's had, over the last 2 years, without a doubt, the best wide receiver room in Ohio State history, with the best wide receiver coach. He's got 2 first-round offensive linemen sitting there. And not to mention he's playing in the Big fucking Ten, where they used to get the ball ran down their throat when they play Ohio State. Now they're playing a pro-style offense. You got to switch up the offense at Ohio State.
All right.
I get it. He seems safe, but there's no way that we're going to act like C.J. Stroud brings a different element to an NFL offense that we have not seen before.
All right. Lucas, who has the better arm?
Between Fields and Stroud,
Yes.
I'll go accuracy-wise Stroud for sure.
Okay. So
I think Field has more of the throw power.
Oh, my God.
What? Stroud has
Dude,
probably the best
are
deep
you
ball in this
kidding
draft.
me?
He has the best
Did you
deep
not
ball in
watch
this
Justin
draft.
Fields at Ohio State? Did you not watch Justin Fields at Ohio State?
Lucas, somebody asked in the chat on WoodwardSports.com, there's Detroit Dabber. He said, do you have the only phone in Ohio? How are you calling this show right now?
Because I'm the only one that can sit here and consistently say, out of like the 3 of us right now, that be like, wow, I can see why C.J. Stroud has a lot of talent, but his mind is not going to let him be an elite NFL quarterback because he can't show up on the field 12 games a season consistently. He might.
What college quarterback does in recent memory? What, Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence only? Like, that's
oh my
that's
God,
so
they won
unfair.
national championships. If we're going to compare him to Joe
And
Burrow
your
and Trevor
quarterback
Lawrence,
did enough to beat Georgia, for God's sake.
He did not. He did not. They lost. If
Because
Marvin
of
Harrison
a botched
doesn't play that
kick,
game, they're not even
Lucas.
in it.
Come on, Lucas.
Lucas,
You know that.
Lucas, you
not in
gotta,
that game against.
you gotta stay off the
Look,
crack pipe, bro. I mean, I'm trying to help
when
you
we
here.
when we talk about players being good and why, let's truly look at why. Not saying he is a bad quarterback, but let's truly look at why C.J. Stroud is considered so good. You look at his stats, you look at his highlights, but then when you go to watch him on 3rd and 6 against Northwestern, when you need to pick up a first down and you're just throwing it away instead of taking a wide open little slant to make a play. Those are
You're
things I'm talking
being
about. Those are
very,
the things
very
that
unfair.
Stroud does over the.
I think
not.
he
I'm saying
answered.
I
I think he answered the doubters that said he couldn't or wasn't a willing runner in the game against Georgia. Again, I'm not saying he's perfect.
nothing-
I'm not saying he's the crown jewel.
Hold on.
for it.
Lucas, you talking about Northwestern, right?
I'm making up.
Hold
So we can talk about Illinois then. There's multiple
hold on,
games.
Lucas. So you're bringing up Northwestern with C.J. Stroud, right? I just want to make sure. So
I'm
did you know? Hold on.
I'm driving. I'm speaking in I'm saying you can bring up the game against Illinois where they look fucking rough.
Hold on.
There's plenty of games. Nebraska's another one.
Lucas.
I'm gonna make you both shut the hell up.
No, I got something to drop. Bomb. I got a bomb to drop.
it so I can go to break.
Lucas, you know Justin Fields played Northwestern, right? In 2020.
Yeah, and I know that Justin Fields.
He was 12 for 27 with 2 picks. He was 12 for 27 with 2 picks. So don't bring up Northwestern against C.J. Stroud, but then don't bring up what Justin Fields did against Northwestern. Lucas, you have a good day. You have a good day. You bring up if you're gonna bring up the game against Northwestern. You bring up the.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
He's bringing up Northwestern as if it's going to hurt
Dude,
Stroud. But when Justin Fields played Northwestern, he played like
Look
shit.
at Nebraska, Illinois. Look at last year against Michigan
God.
both times.
All right,
And
Lucas.
you take away the best wide receiver core, that dude sitting back there raw ass naked, not knowing what to do. If he's at Kentucky instead of Will Levis, he's a second round pick. Will Levis is arguably top 10 pick.
God.
All right.
Oh, okay. So
C.J. Stroud is not a dog.
I gotta hang up on you, Lucas.
Lucas
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
have a
buddy.
job right now.
That was awful. That
You're
was
the man,
awful.
Lucas. Love you.
That was the biggest waste of 5 minutes of my life.
You can't bring up Northwestern when your own guy played like trash against Northwestern. How does that make sense? 12 for 27 with 2 picks. Good game, Justin Fields.
Jesus Christ. Why are we comparing Justin Fields to C.J. Stroud? Anyways, his pro day went very well. Long story short, he impressed a ton of scouts. Dan Orlovsky walked away super happy with C.J. Stroud as well. That was fun to hear. But we're going to take a break. When we get back, DJ Chark, what's going on in free agency, and then, of course, the pressure of the 2 first-round picks. What do you do if you're the Lions? How much pressure is on the Lions to nail these picks? Brad Holmes has yet to, quote, miss on a first-round pick. Will that streak continue? We'll get to that next. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Cintron.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. Right now, they have an exclusive offer for Woodward sports fans for their limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Only $15 plus free shipping. Head to drinkcintron.com/Woodward and try it today. All 3 delicious flavors in one: classic sugar-free, and cranberry. That's drinkcintron.com/Woodward.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, well, Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Whew. That was eventful. Jesus Christ.
I love Lucas, man. Me and him have these debates just in the office.
Yeah, leave him in the office. My head is spinning after that one. I have no idea what we're arguing here. Kid's a top 5 projected pick.
He feels like Fields is better.
Great. Go live in Chicago. Moving on. Jeff, Brad Holmes, so far has drafted Penei Sewell. He's drafted Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams. The idea is that these 2 picks this upcoming season, or I should say this upcoming draft, will determine a lot in terms of whether or not the Lions truly can contend. They've addressed the secondary. They've added a ton of talent to this roster. The offense is already a top 7 offense in the NFL. A lot of good things going for this team. But, Jeff, how much pressure is on Brad Holmes to make these picks? And let's be real, what picks do they have to be, not player, but position, for you to buy into the picks and say, oh, man, the Lions got a lot better?
Well, I think there's pressure every draft. One thing that I thought was interesting when Brad had his end-of-season press conferences, and if you remember this, someone asked, and I don't know who the reporter was, but what is the key to hitting on so many of these draft picks? Like, what was the key to hitting on so many draft picks last year as opposed to the year prior? And he's like, the year prior, we got Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Lee McNeil. Like, what are you talking about? And I think that's what people get lost is like every draft, when someone like, us, or people like us who cover the Lions, talk about the Lions, we've been fans for a while. What Brad Holmes is doing is foreign to us. So when Brad comes in and does these things, we're like, how do you do it? Like, what's the secret? He's like, this is my job. I'm supposed to find talent in the draft, and Brad's done that the last 2 years. So I think every year he's going to put pressure on himself, and I think that's why Lions fans are seeing more and more of the trust Brad, whatever Brad wants to do. By the way, that's the first time in franchise history you've been able to confidently say that. What would make me keep that faith in Brad? I mean, the only route that I think I would probably go a little haywire is if you take a tight end. I mean, that's the only really thing.
See, to me, quarterback, running back, wide receiver,
I'm going to be honest with you.
Tight end, all unacceptable to me.
I don't mind. The only one I don't mind is a tight end. Wide receiver, if you don't sign Chark, I think you can make an argument. I think a running back, if Beydoun's there, technically you can make an argument. But tight end, I don't think there's really much of an argument. That's why offensive players, if you took a guard at 18, you couldn't make an argument. So at this point, I trust Brad, but yeah, there's only probably one position that I would freak out. Look, if you took Jake Moody or Michael Mayer.
No, look, it's the first round. He's done a good job, but look, we always talk about this. In the NFL, if you want to build your team, you got to nail the first round picks, right? But if you want to build a contender and a Super Bowl winning team, that's when you start hitting in the second, third, fourth, fifth round. Brad Holmes famously, Malcolm Rodriguez, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just to name a few. The guy's done very well in the later rounds of the NFL draft. So the first round picks are very important. To me, it's still got to be on the defensive line. It's got to be on the defensive line. I wouldn't hate it if they doubled down on it in the first round, but all signs would point to me that they just got Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Yeah.
Likely to add Chark. We'll see what happens. Well, are you drafted rookies for the future, or are you going to stockpile more capital, right? So which of the two picks is more likely to land you a future one? Well, the 6th overall pick. And do you want to trade back out of that slot? Sure, but who's going to move up to 6 for the 4th quarterback available on the board? Probably not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what about pick 18? To get a future one for 18, you're probably going to have to just get a future one and maybe a 4 is all you're going to get. You're not getting a 1 and a future one for 18. It's not happening. So the idea of even trading back, what do you want out of it? I want defensive linemen. I want them on the interior. I don't mind edge either.
Mm-hmm.
You can never have enough talent there. That's where football games are won and lost. You always compliment the offensive line in Detroit, how good it is, how it's the foundational starter for that offense. Great. Do that on the defense. Do that on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to be talking about a top 10 defense this year. C.J. Gardner-Johnson in the secondary, Kirby Joseph in the secondary, Tracy Walker returning from injury, Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley. Yeah, give me a very good defensive front. Watch out.
How do you not?
How do you not? I love that fish drop, by the way. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, that's why I think people even in the chat now, like people talking about, different defensive tackles, even wide receivers. I think most Lions fans, the tight end position seems to, and I don't know if it's T.J. Hockenson and how that worked out for him, or Brad trading him away, clearly indicating we don't need a premier tight end in this offense and we're not going to pay him. And I want to ask you, why are you so opposed to more offensive positions? Like, not saying you have to go mostly offense this whole draft, but at 18, they take they don't resign Chark and they take a Quentin Johnston.
I don't love Quentin Johnston. I already have one rookie wide receiver that's going to be pushing for targets, receptions, Jameson Williams. He played only a few games last year. This will technically be his rookie season, his first full season. So no, I'm not interested in Quentin Johnston anyways. If Quentin Johnston was coming out last year, he would have been the 5th or 6th receiver taken off the board. So I'm not in love with him. He'll be a first-round draft pick because of the value of the wide receiver in today's NFL. But, man, I expect him to go somewhere between 16 and 21. I don't think anybody touches him near the top 12, top 13.
I love this. Jay says, I was listening to another podcast the other day, and they had inside information that the Lions are obsessed with Van Ness.
Good.
Van Ness would be
good. Sign me up.
At 18, if you
sign me up. You get a Cansey Van Ness back-to-back, sign me up.
You're cooking.
I have no problem at all.
And you've seen Brad, too. Whenever we widely discuss what the Lions' holes are during the season, you often see him immediately double up on those positions and fix those in the draft or in free agency. So the fact that you know the defense is what you need to work on, I mean, we all can understand that Brad's going to do everything in his power to do that.
What's Brad Holmes done every single year he's been in charge?
He's added talent.
Well, forget that. How's he done it?
Well,
first draft. Double down on the interior line. It didn't work, but, Ali McNeil at least is an option. What about the second draft? Trades up to get one of the most important positions in football with Jameson Williams. Oh, and then doubles down on edge rusher in the second round. Now, Josh Pascal, to be determined. Is he going to fulfill his talent in the NFL? Would love to see it. But at the end of the day, you still need an interior pass rusher, and you can never go wrong by getting another edge rusher to add to your defense. You could go defense back-to-back in the first round. He's always doubled down. But to me, at 18 this year, it's either you're going to trade out to get a future one, or you draft on the defensive line. Corner could be an option because Emmanuel Mosley, Gardner Johnson are on one-year deals. I actually wouldn't hate that. But to me, priority, it's got to be the defensive line and then cornerback at 18 before a wide receiver, before a tight end, before a running back. Give me a corner before any of those positions at 18.
What about this? Thomas Perry says, if he takes Mayer, as much as the hosts hate it, I'm still trusting that Brad knows what he's doing. I think an elite tight end would be okay. Brock Wright catch and run for a TD versus New York Jets was huge. But here's the problem.
Why'd Brock Wright have that catch and run touchdown against New York? Anybody know why?
Because everybody's focus was on Khalif, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Because this
Jameson
offense
DeAndre Swift out the backfield
is very difficult to game plan for because of the offensive line, and everybody is a weapon. I'm not saying it isn't nice to have a Travis Kelce or a Mark Andrews or a George Kittle. Of course it is. Of course Dalton Kincaid and Michael Mayer and all these guys are going to be revered as the next group of quality tight ends to come out in the NFL. Great. Travis Kelce was a second-round pick.
I was just going to say.
Andrews a third-round pick. Kittle a fourth-round pick.
If you're taking Michael Mayer in the first round, he better be Travis Kelce.
He better be all-pro.
Yeah, all-pro Travis Kelce. I'm not. There's nothing less I would accept. If you have Kelce, Kittle,
but even then,
all these guys.
Who won their divisions last year? The Dallas Cowboys, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings, Irv Smith, and T.J. Hawkinson. At the end, they traded for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The Niners, George Kittle. I'll give you that one. So that's one. And who won the South? The Bucks? I think the Buccaneers won the South.
They did.
And it was Cameron Brate.
Mm-hmm.
One out of the four in the NFC are elite. All right, go to the AFC. Travis Kelce, I'll give you that one. Joe Burrow was thrown to who? Uzama?
No, Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst, excuse me.
But he's all right.
Trevor Lawrence, who was he thrown to? That
Evan
kid
Ingram.
that's always injury prone. Evan Ingram.
He had a pretty good year, but still, it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last division winner, Buffalo Bills, Dawson Knox. Wow. Guys, you don't need an elite tight end in today's NFL. To spend a first-round pick on a tight end, to me, again, goes against everything this GM has been doing since he came here.
Because any tight end that enters this offense, you're immediately benefiting from the weapons this offense has. It's not like you're going to come in with Michael Mayer and he's going to be a premier first or second target for this offense. You just need somebody like a Brock Wright, or maybe you take a tight end later in the draft. Now, Washington, we've seen float around. First-round tight ends, I'm okay. Because if you draft Michael Mayer at 18, he better come in and have 600, 700 yards his first season. That's what you're expecting out of him. It's unrealistic. So I don't think Brad will do it. I don't.
I just don't see the value in taking a tight end at 18. When does a tight end in the first round ever worked out?
It hasn't, typically. I mean, you have Kyle Pitts most recently, but he's top 5. And there was a tight end.
He's a fucking wide receiver.
Yeah, he is. He's a 6'6".
He was a wide receiver at Florida. Fuck off with the tight end shit. He lined up in the slot.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's a physical specimen.
But even besides him,
he's the anomaly.
I mean, besides him, you have T.J. Hockenson, and there was one tight end that played for Jacksonville. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He was drafted at like the 20s, but he didn't work out. He didn't work out either. So, Ebron,
please God, no tight end in the first round. No Quentin Johnston. No Bijan Robinson, even though he's going top 10. So I don't know what the ruckus is all about. You're not getting him. He's going to Philly. Anybody? Can we just agree that defense, and I wouldn't hate it if they invested in the defensive line at 6 and they traded 18 for a 3rd-round pick this year or a 4th-round pick this year and a future 1. I wouldn't hate that. If Carolina is trying to move up in the 1st round for a wide receiver at 18, here, give me next year's 1st-round pick, bitch. Give me, I will be more than happy. I am not pressured to take anybody at 18. Now, if Joey Porter Jr., Lucas Van Ness, available at 18, probably very tough for the Lions not to entertain the idea of drafting one of them. But we'll see. That all will happen draft night. You're not moving that pick from now till draft night. That's going to happen around pick 14, 15, 16, depending on who's on the board. And if the players they like are on the board, they're going to draft them. And if they don't, they're going to call Carolina, hey, you need a wide receiver. Smith-Njigba, Quentin Johnston are available. You want one of them? Give us a future one in this year's 4th-round pick. Bet. Sign the deal. Move on. And nobody will be upset because you still got your 1st-round pick at 6th overall. Oh, and you have 2 second-round picks. I don't think anybody's going to be upset. Let's take a break. When we get back, we'll start with callers. Your thoughts on the draft process, grading the offseason so far, what signings you want to still see. Bobby Wagner, DJ Chark, if you had to pick between the two. Call in, share your thoughts, give us your questions, and we'll answer them. All that and more coming up next. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Guardian Alarm.
Let me tell you about them. It's a new year. Let Guardian Alarm help you and offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stand on the phone with you for as long as you need. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work with people that have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, let me tell you about my good friends over at Custom Health Centers. Sign up today, give them a call, and start your health journey. 844-789-8446. Look at Gary. He didn't have legs before. Started with Custom Health Centers, down 62 pounds. Now he has his legs back.
Go, Gary.
We are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, live, woodwardsports.com. Adham, Beydoun, Jeff Iafrate. We got about 11 minutes. I want to take some callers. JB, who we starting with?
Let me see. Here, I will send you guys Zach.
All right, Zach, good morning. You're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
All right, I'd say we should pick up DJ Chark again. I don't feel like we should pay him more than we paid him last year because of his injuries.
Yep.
And then I think Bobby Wagner is kind of a stretch for us, especially with the linemen that we have in the draft that we can pick up. I feel like he's offering too much for the team.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you, Zach. I think DJ Chark has value to this offense. I think people look at the numbers and say, well, he was injured, but when he played, you saw the difference. And he already has chemistry with Jared. You saw that in the deep ball, and he was able to connect with him. But I'm with you. Bobby Wagner, to me, I would love Bobby Wagner, but the more realistic option is clearly DJ Chark, especially if you draft a linebacker. We're talking about Jack Campbell. Listen, I would never say no to Bobby, but if you're asking me one or the other, I'm with you, Zach. I think DJ Chark, he's a perfect fit next to Jameson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's perfect.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the call, Zach. Well done, buddy. To follow up on what Zach said, I like the idea of having Chark more than a rookie wide receiver.
That's fair.
I wouldn't want Quentin Johnston. He's the name that's always going to come up. No, just...
You'd rather re-sign Chark and take someone at 18, like a defensive player.
Why am I committing a first-round pick? I just did it last year. I think that's the argument. Back-to-back. I don't want to go back-to-back first-round wide receivers. That's fair. All right, JB, next caller, who do we got?
I will send you guys Darrell.
All right, Darrell, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got?
Hey, Adam, how you doing, bro? There's a Dwayne's man. I was in there last year.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm good.
Hey, I've been sitting here. You guys switched on the questions. I got a question for you. First off, Lucas has got to put the hookah down because it's going to his brain a little bit. And number two, Adam, I'm sorry you're fasting a little bit. I'll go bring some more Heineken out for you, brother. But my question is, and Jeff hit it a little bit. Darnell Washington, would you take him at 48 or 55? The man's a beast. And he would open up the running game. I was watching the highlights. He was pancaking guys, coming around the ends, and it would open up our running game on the outside. And then his catching ability is fantastic. But not the first round. I wouldn't do it first round. Would you still take him either at pick 48 or 55?
I'll let you answer that one, Jeff.
So my eyes are set, at least with 48. I got a couple players I have in mind. Darnell's definitely in there. Emmanuel Forbes, Jack Campbell. These guys that I think will be picked between 32 and 48. So I like those players. But to your point, Darrell, it's Darnell Washington. The guy's a stud. Athletically, what he can do, like you said, he's basically an extension of your offensive line who has receiving upside. Yeah. So honestly, there's nothing really bad you can say. I love it. Playing with this offensive line and what Ben could do with them. You saw a lot with what Brock Wright did. Those delayed routes they'd run where he'd block for a little bit and run like a dude. Darnell would crush those. So I'm with you. Honestly, if they take him with 48 or 55, I don't think anybody, at least that I know of, would be upset. I don't.
No, and the talent's there. I mean, we saw Hawkinson drop so many fucking balls, it was pathetic. But now you've got Washington. The man is fantastic with his hands and everything else. I just think it was a good choice. We went that way.
That's a good suggestion.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Have a
Thanks,
great rest of your day, buddy.
I love your show. You guys are great. You take care.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I could use a Heineken right now. It's been a rough morning so far, honestly.
The holy Heineken.
Man.
Honestly, Darnell, I think that's the question is, and I'll ask people that want a tight end. Would you rather have Michael Mayer at 18 or Darnell at 55 or 48? It's like the answer.
What do I get at 18? Right.
Well, true. If you can get a Van Ness or somebody like that. I have rules.
I don't like breaking them. Running backs, tight ends, I don't like them in the first round. Wide receivers, absolutely willing to have a conversation about drafting them in the first round. The only problem is I drafted one last year, and I don't think doubling down on it makes any sense for this team. You don't need any of that in this offense. This offense runs in such a smooth way. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Quentin Johnston or any rookie this year for the Lions. For anybody else, be my guest. For the Lions, absolutely not. JB, next caller, who do we got?
I will send you guys Eric.
All right, Eric, you're on the Morning Woodward Show. What do you got for us, buddy?
What up, though? Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What up, though? Good morning.
Hey, I'm kind of with Adam here on the receiver in the first round because one thing you don't want to do is take another receiver this year in the first round and they hit back-to-back. Now you got to pay two receivers back-to-back. no, I can't be doing that. But as far as we know, we need a D tackle. That's the most important thing at 6. I think that got to be handled. But at 18, if you don't get the DN from Alio, then like I don't mind another corner, whoever there. If you want to take a corner at 18, I'm cool with that. But if to take another edge, I like the edge in the second round from USC. I don't want to mess up this guy's name, but he's a beast. He's a beast. I watched him at USC play this year. Then it's like he just got that motor. He got that leadership. He performed at the combine too, but I look more on tape than the combine.
Yeah.
But I like him, and I'm just with Adham on the receiver. Tight end, because Mitchell. Let's be honest. If Mitchell didn't tear his ACL last year, he would have been a second or third round pick.
Yep.
So I think they're very high on him. I'm pretty much out on the tight end. I'll take a kicker before I take a tight end this year because we got 3 good ones.
Yeah.
Why change? Why break something or mess with something that you saw the production after Hawkinson left?
Mm-hmm. Especially, Eric, when you know the offense isn't dependent on a tight end. Like that, they showed you that by trading
Not
Hawkinson.
at all.
Yeah, like they traded Hawkinson, and they
Goff
were just
got better.
fine. Yeah, Goff actually, got better in terms of, I guess, not throwing interceptions. But you're 100% right, Eric. The fact that this offense, the Lions and Brad, they're telling you, we don't need a premier tight end, nor do we want to pay one, but people assume you're going to go out and draft one at 18. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Hey, and one more thing. I think pundits, draft experts, whatever you might want to call them, they fall in love every year with just wanting to give us a corner high or a tight end. It's like, if it's the best tight end in the draft, we can have 3 good tight ends, very all-pro tight ends. They don't care. They'll be like, tight end to the Lions. It's a lazy.
I don't get it. I don't know if
it's just lazy.
Being lazy or really not understanding what the fuck is going on.
It's lazy, Adam.
Dude, how do you go out and get Gardner Johnson, Emmanuel Mosley,
right,
and Cam Sutton, and then tell me 6th overall Christian Gonzalez is the right pick? Like, I get it. You like the player. Congratulations. I get it. Emmanuel Mosley, 1-year deals. Gardner Johnson, 1-year deal. But I got over $110 million next year. Do what the fuck I want to do.
Thank you.
Do I really have to spend a first-round pick, let alone the first one I have, on a corner? Nah, man. Go get the interior. Eric, I agree with you, buddy. Good call, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Blessed morning, man. Look, he's right. You're all right. Most of you understand what's going on. There's a few of you that are just fucking idiots that we just have to put in a little corner and acknowledge that you're there. But, we try to move on with life. It's like having a stepson. You don't want him, but it's part of the package, right? You just got to deal with it.
Roasted.
Yeah, roasted. I guess that's your comparison. That's a good one.
What? Is that not a good comparison? You're just staring at me over there. What? Nothing? Nothing. What are you going to do? JB? Bad comparison? No?
No,
Spot on.
That's fair. Yeah.
JB, the voice of reason. He'll tell it to you straight.
What are you supposed to do? JB, what do you think of the callers so far? Interior lineman is the go-to for everybody, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I gotta agree with them on that. I'm not risking a pick on a tight end. That's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, thank God.
I'm not doing JB. That. And I don't know if you guys seen the latest Draft Network mock draft, but they still have us taking Christian Gonzalez at 6.
There you go. What do you know?
So, yeah.
Way to go. This is the same Draft Network, by the way, where if you do a mock draft on their simulator, you can get Kalijah Cansey and who else is it? Jack Campbell in the 2nd round. You can get...
I saw Quentin Johnson in the 2nd round on that.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What are you going to do? Moving on. We'll take a break. When we get back, top of the hour coming up next. We'll continue calls. Stay on the line. We'll get to all of you in just a minute. Grading Brad Holmes' offseason. Give me some grades. Ask me some questions, Jeff and I, on what the Lions should and can do in the draft. Options you think are good for the team. All that and more coming up next. 9:15, should the Lions make a move for D'Andre Hopkins? I think you guys know how I feel about this. I have no idea where you stand on this, so this should be fun. But we'll get to that and more. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find all the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations and more on the way.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Some favorites during Lent like shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and the new fish sandwich. I know Adam's over there licking his lips. Go to your local Big Boy today. Don't forget the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet on Friday nights.
What an asshole. What an asshole. Drinking a Red Bull in front of me.
What?
I'm over here dying. Fletch walking in with a extra large coffee this morning, and I'm just like, man.
And then on top,
must be nice.
While that's all happening, you got Lucas calling you, telling you why Justin Fields is
I
far
don't even know
better
what to
than
do with
CJ
Lucas.
Stroud.
Honestly, I don't know how we employ some of the people we employ here.
I love Lucas.
I mean,
man.
the Malik Willis, Kyle Hamilton stuff last year alone should have resulted in half the company getting fired. But you know what? We want to keep people employed, and I think we're doing a good job of that right now. Moving on, JB, go ahead, send us through the next caller. Who do we got?
All right, I will send you guys Rico. Here's Rico for you guys.
All right, Rico, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us?
What's going on, Rico?
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good.
All right, so first question is, actually, before I start, I have to offer an apology because the last time I called Dan Campbell an intern, and that was before, the whole 1-6 thing.
Don't apologize,
Clearly he had
man. Don't apologize. You have no reason to apologize. It's not your fault they started 1-6, dude. I don't have a problem with that
rough,
at all.
man. They looked rough.
Yeah, well, they proved me wrong, so it's all good. But moving on, so to squash all this whole quarterback nonsense, this whole Lamar Jackson nonsense, get out of here. If you always follow the money. Brad Holmes is not going to take a quarterback in this draft because next year he's going to have to start on paying his guys that he got 2 years ago. Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown will be eligible for extension. So that will be the key window for us to bring in a quarterback, and we all know that he's aggressive. He's willing to move whatever he needs to move to get that quarterback of choice next year. This year, we build the defense. We build a top 10 defense. And not even a top 10 defense, to be honest with you. We won 9 games, and we had a dead last defense. If we just have a middle third defense going into this year and keep the offense to where we have it, we'll be just fine with Jared Goff. Jared Goff is fine. He is absolutely fine. He's exactly what we need. We don't need Lamar Jackson and his $50 million plus contract. Don't need it.
Rico,
and one last... Go ahead.
Keep going. No, you're good. I'm enjoying this.
And just one final thing as far as wide receiver goes. If we bring back DJ Chark, I'll be perfectly fine with that. But just something to plug in, just to plant a little seed. There's a certain jackass that certain other networks and certain other places that wanted to bring to Detroit last year. Don't think I forgot. Well, now he's in Tampa Bay. If I was Brad Holmes and he's the baller that we know that he is, I would not put down the idea of possibly grabbing either a Mike Evans or even a Chris Godwin. Because I'm pretty sure right now they're probably looking around and saying, "Oh my God, we got to play with Baker." No. I want out.
I don't mind it. I just think I just don't think you need those wide receivers right now. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. Again, Jameson Williams to me is the X factor. If he hits,
100%, yes.
That changes everything, right? But I'm not opposed to it. But dude, you nailed it. I agreed with almost everything you've said. Brad Holmes will ultimately make the best decision on the quarterback situation. There is no rush. The Lamar Jackson's just a bunch of crap. It's media-driven hype. It's not what they think inside of Allen Park. It's not what they should be thinking. To be honest with you, if Brad Holmes and the front office and Dan Campbell were sitting behind closed doors and having a conversation like, man, if we could get Lamar Jackson, I would lose all hope. So I'm very happy with what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing would just completely kill what they have been building over the last 2-3 years. It makes absolutely no sense.
100%.
I mean, what are we, the New York Jets, going around here selling our souls, putting ourselves on the corner just to get a dude who's 48 and doesn't even know if they're going to play for the next year? Get out of here.
You're spot on, man. You're spot on. Great call, Rico. Well done, buddy. You're welcome back anytime, man.
Appreciate it, Rico.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Yep.
Man,
Rico, shout out to Rico. He got a 72% approval rating from the chat. So
it should have been higher. I enjoyed the hell out of that call.
I want to start doing that. Every caller that I want to have a poll. Should we drop the guy or leave him on?
Oh God,
I'll let the chat dictate some of these calls. But Rico passed the test. I was with him until he brought up some of the wide receivers from Tampa Bay. But other than that, good call, Rico.
Again, what is Tampa Bay going to do? Right? Are they going to sell everything and go into a full rebuild? I think they should. They need a quarterback, and the best way to kickstart a rebuild is drafting the right quarterback. Next year, Drake May, Caleb Williams are the two hot names at the moment. We'll see how the next season plays out. Everybody will change their mind, all that great stuff. But at the end of the day, if we are talking about Caleb Williams, he is being referred to as the lock for #1 overall. So whoever gets him is basically the Trevor Lawrence / Joe Burrow sweepstakes. Not that Joe Burrow was hyped going into his last year, but the idea that this guy is going to be #1.
And if I'm the Bucs, I would just keep the roster. You're going to suck, and then you could drop.
Not really. I would get rid of every asset. To me, Mike Evans is on the verge of retiring. Probably 2-3 years left in the NFL. Chris Godwin's not getting any younger. Get rid of them for 3rd, 4th round picks. Stack up those picks.
Just to find.
And try to nail a Tariq Woolen. Try to nail some of these guys in the later rounds like Seattle has recently, like Detroit has with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now you're cooking. And you have, let's say you have the #1 pick next year, you'll be able to draft your future quarterback. You'll be able to put around a good set of talent. You can retool the offensive line. You can draft receivers. You can do so many things if you're Tampa Bay.
It's just tough.
My 2 cents.
Yeah, I get it. I think my ideology is I'd rather keep the guys than trade them and go find more Mike Evans and Chris Godwins. But
J.J. McCarthy, I'm willing to say, doesn't go in the 1st round. I'm pretty confident in saying that. I don't think J.J. McCarthy is an NFL prospect that people are going to fall in love with. Way too skinny, undersized, very mobile, very athletic. He works so well in the college game. But I'm a hard pass on J.J. McCarthy in the 1st round. That is not happening.
Well, and we'll see because guys always rise up. I mean, we're talking about Caleb and Drake May. There's going to be 2 more guys that pop up that we didn't expect.
He's got an arm.
He does.
He can make the throws. I know, but
good arms,
he
mobile.
Is so damn tiny, man. Yeah. He is so skinny. He's 1 hit away. I mean, we thought he almost died against Ohio State when he ran out of bounds. But we'll get to all that and more. Some more callers, JB, if you don't mind.
Yep, I will send you guys Terrell.
All right, Terrell, you're on the morning show. Jeff's favorite.
My gosh, Terrell.
I'm your favorite.
Terrell from FL. What's going on?
Look, first of all, I just want to say this. I don't give a shit about the poll in the chat because half the people in the chat are some fucking goofies that have no business even spewing their retarded fucking opinion anywhere online. So y'all can take that poll and shove it up your fucking ass, for one. I don't give a shit if anybody out there likes what I have to say or not. Number 2, Justin Fields is fucking... I got some points to make. I'm going to try to get through them quickly. Nobody should be talking about Justin Fields in the same breath as C.J. Stroud, okay? C.J. Stroud is on a different level as far as NFL prospects for quarterbacks go. That whole call this morning was fucking ridiculous. So I'm just going to move on from that real quick. Number 2. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead. Me and you are going to fight in a minute. Go ahead.
Terrell, you just come on and throw some strays at the audience before you went in?
I don't have.
Bro, I'm throwing strays at everybody this morning, bro. I'm throwing strays at everybody. Go ahead, though.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, or you want me to go?
No, go. Terrell, I want you to finish. I want you to get it all
Okay.
out. Let me hear what you got to say.
Okay, as far as Michael Mayer goes, look, you guys know this. I'm an Irish fan. I watched every snap that dude took. I don't want them to take him at 18, but I'm telling y'all that Michael Mayer might be one of those dogs that Brad Holmes loves because that's the kind of player that he is. He's a nasty, nasty blocker, and he's an amazing pass-catching player.
Let him finish, damn it.
Take him. I don't want y'all to be mad out there because he's one of those guys, bro. He's a beast.
Wait.
I'm not advocating for him, but he might be one of those guys.
No.
Just
Terrell, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
Jeff's not going to let you get away with that.
You can't say all these. I'm not advocating for him. Well, you just basically made your point why you wouldn't be mad if they took him at 18. So would you rather have
because
Michael
I know
Mayer
what
at
kind of
18
player
or Darnell Washington at 48?
I'd rather have Beydoun at 18.
Beydoun?
I'd rather fuck myself than have either of them. So here we are.
Terrell,
right? We're in a conundrum here, guys.
You brought me over to your side of the dark side, Jeff. I'd rather have Beydoun at 18 than any other offensive player.
I'm happy.
I just wanted to tell y'all that Michael Mayer is one of those dudes. He's a dog. So if Brad takes him, don't be surprised. That's
Good,
all I'm
and
saying.
I hope
Not advocating.
I'd rather pick up a puppy in the 2nd or 3rd round and groom him into being a dog.
So Terrell,
I agree.
Terrell, the people have spoken. 60%. They can't take this no more.
Oh,
Terrell.
come on, that's fuck. The
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit either.
So
I am not. We're not doing this.
This
is not a publicly controlled show.
If I'm,
Absolutely.
and by the way, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of used the chat. I hid behind them because I can't stand this Michael Mayer at 18. So I'm gonna be honest. That was kind of
me neither. I'm just telling you. I didn't even want to be on it this long. I just wanted to tell you guys.
Well, look,
I saw every snap he took. He's a dog.
Well, look.
So
appreciate the call.
What I really wanted to call for. What? Oh no! Hold on, Adam.
All right, then
we
get
need
to the
touch on
point. Damn it!
something
I gotta hang up
we
on
need
your
to
ass
touch on
if you
something
don't.
that Jeff said yesterday. Bro, when you were talking about Jared Goff yesterday, you had me so pissed off that I was yelling at you in the chat to take my phone call.
God.
And I know you were ignoring me, Jeff. I know it. I saw you out there talking. You were ignoring Terrell, telling you to pick the phone up. Bro, when you guys are talking about Jared and whether or not he's capable of winning a big game in the Super Bowl, you cannot go off of a one-game sample size. That is an intellectually dishonest argument to make. If he had been to multiple championship games and multiple Super Bowls and he was out there choking up games, then you guys could make that argument. The actual matter of fact is that nobody can make a judgment about whether or not Jared can win a big game or not because he hasn't been to enough big games. If he gets there with us and he can't get it done, then I will be right there with you guys on the side of get rid of him. He can't get it done and blah, blah, blah.
No.
Some goofy in the chat yesterday made a fucking comment and said,
don't listen to the
Jared
chat.
had Sean McVay, and Sean McVay is a Hall of Fame.
Look, Terrell, you got to be able to not. You got to be able to ignore the people in the chat. Okay, first of all, Jared Goff had an underwhelming Super Bowl, right? We all can agree to this, but so did Sean McVay and the rest of that team. And his running back fell apart, and his offensive line fell apart, and Cooper Kupp wasn't available. So I'm not going to hold that game against him. To me, I agree with you.
Poor Jared.
Get to the point where
said
Jared
that Sean
Goff
McVay
is the
a Hall of Fame offensive coach. Right? Sean McVay is a Hall of Fame offensive coach. How is it none of his fault that they lost?
Terrell, to me, it's very simple, and then I got to go to break. It's very simple to me. When Jared Goff becomes the problem, great. If that means an NFC Championship appearance or two and multiple playoff wins and a few division titles, sign me up. But until he is the problem, I don't want to talk about him. Fair?
Thank you. Fair.
Like you are building a very good roster that you can win with,
Terrell,
and if you can't win with him this year, you got to look at your coach, you got to look at the staff, you got to look at everybody in the face and say, how the fuck did the prohibited favorites not win the division this year? How?
And also, come on.
What?
The only reason why it worked out for the Rams is because when they got sick of Jared Goff, they had Matthew Stafford waiting for him to come join.
Well, they gave up 2 first-round picks
I get
to do
that, but they got a Super Bowl, so it's worth it.
Oh, of course. No one's denying that.
But when the Lions get to that point, I'm not saying they will, but let's say there's a scenario. What the hell are you going to do?
Well, what the hell do I do?
What do you do?
That is a great problem to have. I welcome that problem where in 3 years from now, the Lions have been to an NFC championship game. They've won 3 playoff games in that 3-year stretch. They've won 2 division titles. And the problem is Jared Goff can't get this team over the hump. Cool. Go figure out how to draft a quarterback or go out in the market and see if there's one available that would be better. It's very uncommon. It doesn't really happen. It usually has to happen in the draft. But I welcome those problems. Give me those problems. Please, God, give me the problems of the Bills in the 90s where they lose 4 straight Super Bowls. Please, please, God, give me the problems of the Bengals who have Joe Burrow and have been to 2 AFC championship years in the 2 years that he started Foley. Please give me those fucking problems. Moving on. We got to go to break. When we get back, should the Lions make a move for D'Andre Hopkins? Absolutely fucking not. And I'll tell you why coming up next. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Swiss Insurance.
Let me tell you about them, guys. Many businesses do choose certain dates, but Swiss Insurance can still help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give them a shot and you will not be disappointed. Contact them, mark@swissins.com.
Dave is here.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, woodwardsports.com. Adham, Beydoun, Jeff, Iafrate as always. Jeff, D'Andre Hopkins, rumored to be on his way out of Arizona. Buffalo, a rumored destination. The Lions, I'm not sure. They're a long shot. But should they make the move? I'm going to say hell no. I'm not interested. Look, as a former multiple-time D'Andre Hopkins fantasy owner, love the guy. Love the guy. As a general manager in the NFL right now, if I'm not literally on the cusp of a Super Bowl, I'm not interested. I'm just not.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get him probably for a 3rd or 4th round pick? I think so. I don't think he goes for more than that.
I don't either.
So Buffalo makes sense to me. The Lions have no business going after D'Andre Hopkins.
Chiefs also make sense to me. So no to D'Andre Hopkins. I think there's better fits for D'Andre, but in Detroit, it's simply just not a fit. So no, I'm avoiding that. I don't think Brad will inquire about him either. I think the Chiefs make sense. The Bills make sense. Organizations that desperately need a wide receiver, I understand, but the Lions have 2 wide receivers they're going to display a lot of this year with Jameson and Amon-Ra. So that's why I think Chark's a better fit. You can give Chark like 5 targets, 4 targets, and he can get you 3 for 90. D'Andre's going to command more targets, whether you want to believe it or not. I don't think he's a good fit for this culture, specifically because even Amon-Ra, Jameson, and Jameson got a lot of crap last year for the little tantrums he threw, but he's a rookie. He's frustrated. I get that. D'Andre, get ready for the tangents he's going to throw if he doesn't get the ball.
Yeah,
so,
we don't need him.
No.
He can go to New England. He can go to Buffalo. He can go to Miami. He can go wherever the fuck it is that isn't Detroit.
Anywhere else.
Not interested. No bueno. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, fun fact for everybody that wants to know what's going on behind the scenes here at the network. We have AT&T here today. Because they've completely fucked us the last few days. So, that's been fun, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. First, it's a YouTube server issue. Now, suddenly, when you pay for something, you expect to get what you pay for, right? I'm sure you all understand this. When you pay for a gig up and a gig down of speed, you expect to get a gig up and a gig down. But then yesterday, you're fucking going around the work office and everybody's complaining about the internet being slow and you got a gig down, but 30 up. 30 megabytes, I should say, up. Like, what the hell's going on? So they're here to fix that shit.
T-Mobile cell phone signal.
Dave from AT&T. He better be my best friend today.
And by the way,
if he's not, I'm going to leave one of those very Karen-like emails or reviews. Just write my best Karen impression.
I want to address this comment too. Booner says, see how you stopped after J-Mo on that list, Jeff? We need one more guy on offense.
Shut the hell up, Booner.
Booner, I completely agree with that statement. Now, is that guy D'Andre Hopkins?
Booner, go to work.
No. It's not.
Get back to work. What are you fucking doing listening to this show?
DJ Chark is that guy, or you go draft a wide receiver. Those are the two options. All right? Maybe there's a couple guys that get released or cut that are in free agency that you like. Hopkins ain't that guy, pal. He's a great wide receiver. I'm saying he ain't that guy for this Lions offense. I don't think he'd be a great fit. I just don't.
I'm lost for words. I really am. Boone, do you want to moderate? Fletch, shut the hell up. What are you doing, Fletch? Well, what's going on here? We're having like an internal mea culpa. The hell's going on here? Goddamn people, man. Look, coming up after the D'Andre Hopkins stuff, by the way, I want to wrap up on it quickly. Reeves-Maybin signs with the Lions. They're really... They're really just bringing back everybody. I don't know what it means for their draft, but it makes sense to me that they would get on the phone with a Carolina, a Houston, a Indianapolis, and say, hey, we'll give you 18 for the future one, and you give us a 4th-round pick this year. And somebody's going to bite on it for a wide receiver, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Should be fun. Let's see. I don't want Adam to get mad at me if I give it to you. Fletch, you can give Booner
I already
the
gave it to
moderator
him.
status. That's fine.
He's got it.
I love Booner. He's just being an asshole today. What are you going to do? We should get Odell. He makes more sense than Hopkins. See, no, I disagree. I don't love the idea of Odell or D-Hop for this offense.
No, I don't.
Can we all acknowledge Jared Goff is not an elite quarterback?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means he has an innate ability to overcome high-stress situations. That's what elite quarterbacks do, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Does Jared Goff have elite arm talent?
No.
Not necessarily elite, but he has really good. He's got a really good arm. Very accurate. I have no issues with any of it.
Just not elite.
But, we're acting as if this guy's going to be playing with Pat Mahomes or Joe Burrow, where he's going to walk in and everything is going to click day one. That's not how it works. For Jared Goff, to me, Jared Goff's peace of mind is everything. It's worth more than Chark. It's worth more than Odell, D-Hop, anybody. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is I don't want my quarterback ever feeling pressured to have to throw the ball in a certain direction. The best quarterbacks in the NFL can handle that pressure. Not everybody can. And when you have a quarterback like Jared Goff, who's a rhythm quarterback, who's a trust quarterback, that's why... We're back? It doesn't show we're back. I'm very upset at the moment. See, AT&T, I swear to God, this is going to be the end of you and I. I'm going to go back there and beat the fuck out of Dave with that baseball bat. I swear to God. Give me that baseball bat, please, if you don't mind.
Hopefully Dave's not listening.
Unreal. Give me that baseball bat.
I don't want to mess with Fasting Adam.
I'm going to beat the living fuck out of this guy.
Fasting Adam's different.
Yeah, that might be
literally told them, by the way. Literally told them their window was 10 to 10:45 to come fix the fucking internet because we have shows running all day. Dude shows up a half hour early, and we've already gone down twice in the last 10 minutes. What's stopping me from going back there and beating the fuck out of this guy, even though it's probably not his fault, to be honest? And he's just here trying to fix shit. Jesus.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Unreal. Someone's gonna die when I'm fasting. Can't have a goddamn coffee.
EMP.
Can't eat anything. Can't drink any water.
EMP is
I'm gonna be
literally just
pissed. I'm gonna be pissed all day. I'm not gonna have any food in my system. I'm gonna be dehydrated. And then I gotta deal with this stuff. And then I gotta deal with callers who don't know how to shut the fuck up. That's a whole nother thing I'm gonna deal with tomorrow. That's the next one. Start hanging up on people.
Yeah, this we're gonna.
What are you gonna do?
So wait,
someone's got to get hit with this baseball bat. If Fish was here, it would have been Fish.
You can't have water at all today.
No.
Seriously?
I can't have water from 6 in the morning till 7:55, 8 o'clock at night.
Jeez.
And then from like that time till about 4:45, 5:45, whatever the number is, I can eat and drink water normal. Yeah, dude.
That's
right?
rough.
It's brutal. There we go. Dave from AT&T. Let him cook or boot him? Boot him. See, you guys are very nice. Let him cook. Let him cook. I swear to God, Dave's got 34 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah, this is...
I
Are you
swear
back?
to God.
You can't see the chat, can you?
Yeah, I can.
It's still going?
Yeah. We're up. We're good. Adam, your better half is pregnant. Yes. Can't you get some social or some special what? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that means. I don't know. My wife doesn't have to fast though because she is pregnant, so she's lucky. She woke up today, had a nice toast sandwich. Had some toast with tea, and I'm sitting there like a jackass caveman getting dressed, ready to go to work. What are we doing here? Big V, massive pay cut. Yay. It's like we praised, who's the other guy? Aquara for taking a $9 million savings hit for the team.
Yeah, restructure.
Like, well, if they don't, they get cut. It's not like they're heroes. They had no fucking choice. It's like, hey, you want to play on this team? All right. Cough up the money.
Especially if you convert that to like a signing bonus, you just get the money up front. I mean, who cares at that point? It's not a big deal.
Adam's going to make Fish the Godfather. I don't know who I'm going to make Godfather yet. Might be Jeff. But then again, I really don't trust Jeff to raise my kids if I die. So, sorry, buddy.
Damn.
Jeff is still going to Fifth Avenue every weekend and fucking literally every girl in all of Royal Oak.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't lie.
I don't. I barely go out, which is weird.
My goodness.
At my age, I do.
Dude, the amount of DMs I get of people showing you out with a different girl every other day.
You're so...
It's ridiculous.
Why? You're ridiculous, dude.
This guy is savage.
I don't.
Jeff's body count
is
15 times higher than mine.
No, it's
and I'm
not.
8 years older than him.
Really? The stories you tell me.
Body count's higher than mine.
Oh, okay.
You've done in the last 2 weeks alone.
No, what are you talking about?
Has permanently damaged half of the population in Michigan, and you don't even know it.
I went out one time with people from Woodward, and I got roasted. That's how rare it is for me to go out. Neil roasted me, which was hilarious.
God. All right, well, look, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll continue the conversation. We'll have some fun. 9:41, we'll get to the Pistons. We'll maybe do some calls. We'll see. All that and more coming up next. But before we go, I got to tell you about my good friends over at Planet Fitness. If you don't want to be like Dave, well, get your asses to the gym. Sign up today. $10 a month is all it takes. Go to a local Planet Fitness near you or sign up at planetfitness.com. Your fitness is essential.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, woodwardsports.com. Adham, Beydoun, Jeff, Iafrate. If you don't catch the show live, you can always go back, listen to the podcast after the fact. Make sure you leave us a 5-star rating.
Damn it, Dave.
What?
Just blame Dave. AT&T.
Well, Kevin said a wrestler won a national championship from Michigan this past weekend. Shout out to Mason Parrish. Shout out to Mason Parrish. Good for him. Good for him, man. John Wick, by the way, comes out today? No, tomorrow, right? Is today the 24th? No, it's not. Yeah. John Wick tomorrow night. That's probably what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. I am going to kick my wife out of the house, send her to her mom's or something, and I'm going to go watch John Wick alone. She doesn't like the series. I could never get her into it. So I'm going to go enjoy it by myself. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I don't give a shit. Fuck her.
My God.
What? She can go hang out with her mom. She doesn't want to watch the movie. I'm not taking her to the movies. She doesn't want to watch it. It's her problem.
You just go there by yourself, hang out?
Who doesn't? What, you don't go to the movies by yourself every once in a while?
I mean, no. We can go together.
I don't want to go with you.
Me and you in a theater.
It's me time. God.
Imagine me and you.
God. Can't wait for the movie, though. It's going to be great. Speaking of movies, by the way, for a quick minute, John Wick, the whole series, has to be like top 5 all time for me. Like my personal favorite movies that I've watched. Godfather up there.
Mm-hmm.
John Wick series, really, really good.
I didn't see it.
I enjoyed the shit out of Lord of the Rings as a kid. Goodfellas was solid. Donnie Brasco was really good. I think you'll catch the theme of what kind of movies I like watching, by the way. Interstellar, that one's a good one.
Common theme.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the mafia gangster movies, man.
The last one I
That's my
just
shit.
went and saw was Creed 3, which is pretty good.
Creed 3 was okay. It was fine. I watched it. It was fine. The music, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The production, amazing.
I'm glad you
Story,
pointed that out.
way too short and way too shitty, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's
like
fair.
they built everything up. Dude comes out of jail. Like I thought, like he'd be his promoter. They'd win a few fights. He'd win the title,
jumps right
and
into
then
it,
he'd turn on him. But no, oh fuck it, world champion right away. We're not even gonna. We're just gonna go in. We're not even gonna warm up. Okay.
Yeah, no,
It was
I get
okay.
that. Especially if you're big into Rocky and it's just how it's progressed. I get it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Watching all those movies
hey,
with my
Adam, we
dad.
should go and see Mrs. Doubtfire. Jessica.
Wait, Jessica said
That is
that?
a horrible idea. Mrs. Doubtfire, isn't that the movie with Robert Williams where he plays the nanny? That was a good movie, actually.
Hey, what movie
That's
is
a
it?
classic. Mrs. Doubtfire. You've never watched
It's a
it?
90s classic.
Yeah, Jeff wasn't born yet. It was being made at the time.
Jesus. All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, God.
I don't like to think about that.
What else? What are you guys' favorite movies in the chat? JB, what about you? Favorite movies? Give me just a handful.
Well, you're probably not going to like this, but I am a fan of the Fast and Furious series.
Oh, it's fine.
All
again,
15 of them?
Well, it's about to be 10, not 15. But yes, the later ones, they do kind of get terrible. But the first 3 had a very strong
Look,
start.
let's all agree. Fast and the Furious, when it first came out, up until before he died, Paul Walker.
Oh, yeah.
That was the shit. When he died, that next movie was hype because it was a tribute, and that I think it should have ended there. But that's just my opinion. But I don't hate it. It's a good movie. Forrest Gump's a good one too, by the way. You ever watch Forrest Gump?
Oh, yeah. I'm a fan of Forrest Gump. You got to time it right for the New Year's ball drop, too, at the same
There you
time.
go.
Yeah, that's a good way to go out.
What else do you like?
Marvel movies. Anything Marvel puts out, I
See,
love.
that's where you and I and Jeff all fucking
Really?
deviate. You're a Marvel fan,
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah.
Fuck you both. I think Marvel movies are stupid. I think they're
Why?
stupid.
See, that's the thing. You just...
I
See,
just
I'm assuming-
I
so-
don't like them. I
Okay.
think they're stupid. I'm giving you my reasons.
So you don't
That's
like
it.
you don't like Star Wars or...
Star Wars, stupid.
Okay, so that's a
Iron
common
Man,
theme here.
stupid.
Okay, gotcha.
Superman, stupid.
If you don't like those,
Batman, stupid. The Avengers, really fucking stupid.
so not a big sci-fi, not
No, I don't mind science fiction, but it's a bit ridiculous. I just don't like it.
How did I know you would say that? I knew your answer before you said it.
I like movies that actually make me think. Not an Avengers movie where they introduce a bad guy, but in the end he's gonna lose. Like, when the fuck are one of these villains gonna win one of these days?
Well, lately they have been.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't. When are the villains gonna fucking whack Batman and Superman and Iron Man all in the same fucking movie, and the movie actually ends and they don't come back by some mysterious fucking sci-fi bullshit? Huh? When are we gonna kill some motherfuckers around here, huh?
I'm with Zach. Step Brothers. Like
Step Brothers is a great movie.
Step Brothers,
That's on
hilarious.
Mount Rushmore.
A Bronx Tales. Oh, you know what? This is the movie for me. This is my number 1 movie, actually. If I give you my top 5, number 1, Gangs of New York. Number 2, Godfather. Number 3, Interstellar. Number 4, the John Wick series, because I'm just in love with it right now. And then number 5, I'll leave number 5 to be determined. There's way too many good movies. Donnie Brasco, Godfather, obviously.
What was
There's so many good
Interstellar
movies.
about?
American Gangster was a good one with Denzel.
What is Interstellar?
Yeah, what was that
Interstellar is a movie on the galaxy, outer space. It's basically it's a movie where this very, very smart man leaves his family to travel space and try to find a new planet for the Earth to, you know, inhibit whatever. And by the time he gets back, and there's a whole lot of shit that happens, he basically raises a daughter that ends up being smarter than him. She figures everything out, saves the world. It's a whole fucking thing. It's actually really good. But to me, Interstellar, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, Scarface is up there. I just actually watched
Scarface was good.
I just watched that actually a couple days ago.
Ron Burgundy is always really
Again.
good. Bruce Almighty, one of my favorites growing up as a kid.
Tropic
that was
Thunder.
a funny one.
Tropic
Thunder.
Thunder.
What do you think of Tropic Thunder?
Why? Why are you asking JB?
You know exactly
why
why
are you asking JB?
Because I
where
want to
this is
know.
going.
Was it funny or not?
It was funny. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was hilarious. I'm a fan of Robert Downey Jr., of course, you know, Iron Man and everything, but still, it was funny. I didn't take offense to it.
I think Jamie Foxx, man, him and Robert Downey Jr. are some of the funniest guys out there, man.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, he's one of my favorite actors.
Law-Abiding Citizen's a good movie.
Oh, I just watched that one too.
That one's insanely
I'm
insanely
rooting
good.
for the bad guy in that whole movie.
Yeah, like that's my point. Like, when does the bad guy get to fuck everybody, huh? When do we get a Spider-Man movie? Where he's shooting his webs and he's flying across the Empire State Building and somebody just fucking shoots him in the head and he dies, huh? When do we get that? When do we get that movie?
I mean, technically,
When?
You can't take kids to see that movie.
Well, true that, JB. But also, technically, they have been killing off some people in Marvel.
It's Marvel. They all come back and then they get their own movie series about when they were alive before. It's all fucking stupid. Anyway, sorry.
This man wants Spider-Man just getting sniped while he's out there.
I just want to see some people
JFK
die.
style.
I'm just saying, if Al Pacino has to die in Scarface, Spider-Man has no right to live in any of the movies. Hurts my soul. Let's take a break. When we get back, I want to talk to Jeff about the Pistons for a few minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, get ready for it. We're not going to spend much time on it because I hate the Pistons right now, but I have something for you. We'll be right back, but before we go, Jeff, I got to tell you about my good friends over at Cousins Maine Lobster. If you're interested in treating yourself to some lobster today, well, what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code, go to cousinsmainelobster.com, find out where the food trucks are, and treat yourself to delicious lobster tacos and clam chowder soup. Try them out, let them know Adam from Woodward Sports sent you.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
We're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live, WoodwardSports.com. Jeff and I were just having a conversation.
Blade says, LOL, I know Adam's seen Brokeback Mountain. What say you, Adam?
Yeah, I have.
Did you cry?
I watched a lot of movies, but look, I mean,
I feel like you cried.
I could never get into Star Wars. I always thought it was fucking stupid. Like, I just couldn't. It was too long. I had no idea what was going on in the first hour of the movie. It was stupid. It's a stupid movie.
No Star Wars, but Brokeback Mountain, yes.
No, it's not that Brokeback Mountain. Yes, it's just there's certain you watch everything, right? I'm not saying it's good. I didn't say it was a great movie, but Star Wars is shit, dude. Black Hawk Down. Oh, by the way, military movies. Oh, the best. Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan. How do you not? How do you not?
How do you not?
Classics. Classics.
This guy, dude.
I offended, by the way, like half the company because on Star Wars Day, whatever they call it, Cinco de Mayo, or May the Force be with you, all that bullshit. Everybody in the back like gets super pumped about this every year. So I'm not the most favorite guy in the building.
And by the way, before we move on, a little debate in the back. I need your guys' help to settle it. Very subtle thing. Just two answers. I had an argument with Mike Gentry, who covers the Red Wings for us for Woodward Sports, and we had this debate all the time in the office. And I don't think it's actually in a debate, but before we move on, just please give me your answer. Star Wars or Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Are you... No.
Harry Potter.
No.
Yes.
No. It's not no.
I would rather watch Harry Potter than Star Wars.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No,
I would kill myself watching both, but I would.
No, you wouldn't. Hold on. The chat. We know morning. They'll keep it real. I just need this.
I'm sure most people will say Harry Potter, or excuse me, Star Wars.
I just need this for data. This is just personally. I'm going to use this data. Use it later.
Yeah,
we
use
can move
it
on.
later.
We can move on.
To me, it's Harry Potter. I could never watch Star Wars. I can't do it.
But you'll watch Harry.
I'm not saying I want to, but if I have to sit down in a theater and be bored to death watching both shitty movies,
you'll just watch a bunch of dudes cast spells.
Like both are shit.
Okay.
Both are shit.
No. Hard pass.
Both are shit, man. What do you want from me?
Detroit Dabber says Adam is a Twilight guy.
What is that?
The weird.
Is that a
teen-
movie?
Yeah, the weird teen vampire movie.
All right, so we got almost 70% prefer Star Wars. Thank you, guys. Just need that for later. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, you can use it. You use it, man. Be my guest.
Just needed this for data. All right.
Use whatever you want. You're not offending me right now. I don't like either movie.
No, this is for me and Mike. All right, it's between me and Michael Gentry. We'll handle this.
All right, what else we got here? What other movies, huh? Anybody know Gangs of New York, by the way? Like, I brought it up, and it went by, like, everybody, and nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, the Leo movie, right?
Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a good
Phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Jeff, have you watched it?
No.
You should watch Gangs of New York. You'll grow up like 3 years just by in that one seating. Watch that movie. You'll thank me later. Who's the other actor, by the way? I don't know his name off the top of my head.
And what?
He did the best job in that movie.
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day-Lewis, yes. Daniel Day-Lewis fucked in that movie. Amazing. Amazing. God.
Yeah, that was 2002. That
Titanic?
That cast was
I'd rather
too.
watch the Titanic movie than Star Wars.
I mean, Titanic's like an all-time great.
It's not though. It's a shitty movie. It's boring.
What?
Oh my God, Jack, come back! Oh, you fell in love with me.
Oh
my God!
Wait, did you watch it on the DVD or did you watch it VHS with the two?
What's the
VHS?
difference?
I'm just wondering, like, which one did you
I don't
watch?
remember first when I watched it. I've watched it a few times.
Because I watched it with the two VHSs and that took forever.
Yeah, no, I probably watched it on DVD.
It is long as hell.
I think Titanic is super overrated.
It is.
It's just the history behind it's amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but so it was a good movie. It was good. It's not great.
What about horror movies? You're a fan of horror movies? Friday the 13th.
Give me some horror movies.
I love horror movies.
Friday the 13th, Halloween.
Yes. Freddy vs. Jason. I've seen them all.
13 Ghosts. That was a good one.
If you look at me and say you don't like horror movies
It's
as
not
well,
that I don't like them.
What do
I don't
you
have
like?
like a top selection that I'm in love with.
Chucky?
Yeah, whatever. Chucky was okay. I'd rather watch Friday the 13th. You know, horror movies are. There's a few that are done really well, but they miss more than they hit.
Jesse says, Jeff, have you seen Smile? That's a good one. Smile, I'm going to be honest with you, the horror movie market in 2023 sucks. There aren't any great movies out. I mean, pretty much all the great movies have already been taken. Like, there hasn't been a great movie. Smile, though, was a pretty good movie, I got to say. I don't really go out to the theater and see any scary movies now because they're all trash, but Smile was pretty good. Steve
I've
says,
never watched Evil Dead. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's been around for a little bit. They had some games on it, didn't they, as well, Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Did they have games as well? Yeah. I don't,
Chainsaw Massacre was okay. Like, that was a good movie. That's solid.
The remakes are terrible, though.
The remakes are terrible. The original, though, is solid.
Yeah.
Dante says Black Phone. Black Phone was really good.
Who?
Yeah, Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear was... I'm happy I didn't watch it. I heard it was horrible.
I thought you were going to say, Cocaine Bear.
Man, watch The Prestige. I don't know what that is. I never watched The Prestige before. We're supposed to do Pistons talk.
All right,
here we are.
Let's do Michael. Star Wars is so mid.
I agree.
No,
I agree, Michael. It's only a few of us, buddy.
Here.
It's only a few of us.
And it'll stay that way.
It's only a few of us.
Boo, you suck. Exactly.
Thanks, Jeff. Oh, God.
All right.
Best horror movie, the original version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yep, I agree. I would agree with
and
that.
by the way, to the chat, are you preferring the movie talk over Pistons talk? Is that where we are in the season right now? Like, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I'd rather talk about movies than the Pistons.
No, like
they suck balls.
I semi-agree, but what about I'm curious. Is that really the preference right now? That's how deep we're in the season. Right? Like, the attention the Pistons are getting at this point, besides what I'm doing with Woodward Pistons, is minimal to none. Okay,
yeah,
chat
sucks.
spoken. Yeah, they prefer movie talk over Pistons.
What other low-key movies have you
I
guys
love
watched that you think like aren't public knowledge or like people wouldn't know? JB?
Trying to think. I know there's a ton of stuff on Netflix you can watch right now.
What's the one movie where?
Can I give you a movie?
Go ahead.
Phone Booth. You ever seen it?
Phone Booth was stupid.
Phone
Booth was stupid.
What?
Yeah, it's to do where the guy's holding the guy in the phone booth hostage and makes him admit to all the shit. Stupid fucking movie.
I thought it was a great movie. Phone Booth?
Stupid movie. Stupid movie.
It wasn't terrible.
No, I thought it was stupid.
So,
I didn't like it.
Okay, I can't take because Adham will say most things are stupid.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you what I think is good and what isn't. I could be wrong on it. It's fine. It's just an opinion.
Right.
I didn't like the movie. I didn't like the movie.
I thought it was pretty good.
Harold and Kumar? Great movie.
The first two.
The first two.
The Christmas one was terrible, though.
Yeah. Moneyball, that's a really good movie.
Yes, it is.
How can you not? Moneyball's a great movie. No, Phone Booth was, to me, stupid because...
I thought that was the most random movie I could think of that I've seen.
Yeah, honestly, that was pretty freaking random. What's the movie where the dude protects the little girl? He's a hitman. And he protects that little girl. And he's like Yugoslavian or something. Anybody? Anybody know what this is? It's an amazing movie, actually, and I can't think of the name. It's one of my favorite movies. Gladiator was a good one. But what's the movie I'm talking... No, it's not Man on Fire.
Yeah, it's not Man on Fire. I was thinking
He protects Leon the Professional. Yes! The Professional.
Oh.
Fucking classic, man. That's a movie. That's a freaking movie. Oh my goodness, The Professional. What a movie. Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. That's a great one, too. Transporter. The first one was really dope. Even the second one. That whole series was pretty solid. Statham did a really good job, but... Man, that's a trip down memory lane.
If me and you starred in a movie, what would the movie be about?
For you and I starred in a movie...
What would be our
comp to a movie, I think, would be...
Good Cop, Bad Cop?
I think our movie comp would be Scarface. Because I would kill Jeff in the end.
No!
I would kill Jeff in the end over pussy. And then I would do a bunch of cocaine, shoot a ton of people, and then get fucking shot in the back of the head with a shotgun. I think Scarface fits me and Jeff's relationship perfectly.
So I'd be...
Me and him are boys. He saves my ass a few times. We're best friends. And then I fuck his girl, and then the rest is history.
I think a fair comparison
would be...
Or he
fucks my girl. I think vice versa.
Your sister, I guess.
Or my sister, whatever.
And then you come kill me.
I think a fair comparison would be like Bad Boys or The Good Guys. You're like your buddy cop comedy.
We'll be like the less badass version of Bad Boys. We'll be like the semi-bad boys.
There you go.
Whatever. We'll take a break. When we get back, mailbag time. Drop all your questions in the chat. Jeff and I will answer them right away. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency.
Let me tell you about them. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, tell them or yourself to head to thesportsma.com for more information.
I love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Let me tell you about our friends over at the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck, because it's the home of the original football bowling game. 2 to play for $12, the unlimited open play, or you could pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it all out. FullingWarehouse.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show live down the stretch here. Final 8 minutes of the show, mailbag time.
I got a good comment. Travis White, WoodwardSports.com. Rather watch Trailer Park Boys than Harry Potter.
What's Trailer Park Boys?
It's better than Harry Potter.
I don't know it, so that doesn't mean
funny.
anything to me.
It's a TV show.
It's on Netflix. It's
kind
of funny.
It is funny.
You got to get past the first season, though.
Yeah, you got to get through. You got to get through the beginning.
You know what I thought was a stupid ass movie, by the way? The one where you can't make any noise or the monster kills you.
I thought that
Quiet
was
Place.
Huh?
Yeah,
A Quiet Place. Is that what? Yeah, stupid.
They made 2 of them.
They're stupid times 2 now. I thought that movie was stupid as shit. What a dumb concept. You spend the whole movie not talking, and the people that you want to die don't even die. So what's the point?
What about this one? Mailbag D says, going back to Adam's comment earlier, would you rather have 4 Super Bowl losses or 1 Super Bowl win?
1 Super Bowl win.
Oh, yeah, I think that's obvious. I would agree with that one. 4 losses, that's hard to digest.
Well, I mean, you're winning in the other scenario.
I know. It's easy. Win or lose. I'll take the win. Mailbag, trade 18 for 2024 first, a package with ours for Caleb Williams. Well, even if you trade 18 for a future first, it doesn't guarantee you Caleb Williams. That's the problem.
Well, that's why you got to pick wisely who you're going to trade with.
Yeah. You got to know that
who's
team
gonna be shit next
is
year.
going to stink. Yes.
All right. There was a question earlier about Beydoun and Kancey. Let me find it. If we're talking about drafting difference makers, who makes more of an impact and who would you draft? Beydoun or Kancey?
Who makes more of an impact? Well,
Yeah.
based on our position rankings, it'd be Kancey.
So
defensive line is higher on the list.
Because David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift are good options to have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think implementing a Saquon Barkley, let's say, into this Lions team takes their win shares up by more than 1. You get a defensive lineman and turn that defense into a top 10 defense, you're going to win 3, 4, 5 more games likely. That's the potential upside of hitting on defense because of how good the offense is and how complete it is. So, yeah, I'd go with Kancey. Henley, Simpson, or Campbell in the second round. Jack Campbell.
Joey Woodpine says, Mailbag, how does one get a high body count like Jeff? What? See what you did. Look what you did.
What? It's the truth.
No, it is not.
Jeff, over under 37 and a half.
What?
You know it's true.
Exactly, JB.
In the last week.
That's OnlyFans numbers.
He didn't answer. 37 and a half. I would take the over in the last 10 days.
No.
You savage.
That's not how that works.
That's not what the DMs tell me.
What DMs?
People are sending me your sex tapes.
Sex tapes. Jesus. I swear you
Hunter
were
Biden style.
No.
Heard you're doing a bunch of crack cocaine.
No. Brandon Katz says an elite running back would make Detroit a much better team with their offensive line. Well, actually, I would say with your offensive line and how good your offensive line is, it kind of takes pressure off the pressure of getting a guy like Beydoun. You had Jamal Williams last year go for over 1,000. and he didn't have the greatest year.
Yep.
So, again.
Enter the Dragon is a really good movie, by the way. Bringing Funny. That's a really good option.
Bob says there's a laptop out there that would ruin Jeff. What?
Jeff, how much money have you paid in Stormy Daniels' hush money?
Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, you don't know who that is? That's the Trump sex affair that he paid hush money for. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. First, my body count's over 37, which, why?
He admitted it. There you go.
No, I didn't. It is not 37. It's funny because obviously we're kidding around, but man, if you guys knew,
are we?
I'm the most boring guy. I'm the most boring guy. Sports is how I operate.
You don't have to be bored or funny or any of that stuff to be horny. You can be bored and horny. All right? Let's just admit what you are. You're a whore.
What the hell?
Just come out clean, dude. It's okay.
No.
You're a whore.
There's nothing to come clean about.
Accept it.
I'm not a whore. No.
Accept it,
No,
man.
I'm not.
You're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Mailbag. If Swift, Montgomery both miss a combined 8 games, not at the same time, obviously, does the team still win over 10.5 games? I'm going to say yes. And speaking of winning games, Michigan State, Kansas State tonight, 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Sweet 16. Can't wait for it. Who's ready for another Izzo run, huh? They beat Kansas State. The Final Four looks very realistic for Michigan State. I'm excited.
And I want to see, the reason why also selfishly I want to see Michigan State go further is because I get to see Sam Flannel every single day. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love seeing Sam.
I'd like to believe Michigan fans, at least the smart ones, not the idiots, respect what Tom Izzo is doing and has done, just like most Michigan State fans would admit they respected the hell out of John Beilein as a coach and what he built. So, just my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm. Michael Gentry says Kansas State money line.
Fuck you, Michael. Moving on. Over under 30 touchdown passes for Goff next season. I'm going to go under. He'll probably be just about there. 27, 28 touchdowns. I don't think he'll throw for more than 30. I'd be impressed, but Montgomery's going to get the work that Jamal took over at the goal line.
Well,
Swift will, if he's healthy, will account for a few more touchdowns. I'm not expecting 30-plus touchdowns. I'm not.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, to the Lions fans that say Goff's elite, he should throw over 30. You know, if that's your guy.
Nobody's saying he's elite. You're being mean.
No, there is people that are saying he's elite. That's fine. You can believe that, but he should be able to throw over 30 touchdowns if he's elite.
Yeah. Izzo has underperformed for a while. Yes, excuse me, Brandon. It's been 2 years since he has failed to get out of the first weekend of the tournament. I apologize. Excuse Tom Izzo for not getting to the Sweet 16 for 2 years. And the year where his team was likely the favorite to win the championship, COVID ended the season. But, forgive us. Forgive Michigan State for all their failures over the last 2 years of not getting out of the weekend. Unreal.
Man, these comments are killing me.
Jeff's girlfriend's lawyers just called. You don't have a girlfriend anymore, do you? That's the rumor around Woodward Sports right now.
Yeah, I'm
you are single.
I'm single, but I
37 in the last 10 days.
No, it's not. That is
I'm
not
telling you, that's the number. Jeff
and
takes one home for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, I don't.
And then if he's feeling extra horny, he'll wake up at 2 in the morning and have somebody come over.
Bruh. These people. Can I just breathe? Can I just live my life? All right, I'm
proud of you, man.
I'm doing okay. All right,
you're doing great.
I got no issues.
See, I agree with Cornelius. He said 37 is a lowball number. I agree. It might be even higher.
Okay, all right, let's end the show.
All right, that's it for today's show. Thank you guys for joining us as always. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow, the last show of the week. We'll get some interesting stuff planned. We'll have some fun. We'll do some rankings ahead of the draft, maybe for prospects and for the NFL. That should be fun. We'll go around the room and, of course, take callers. Till tomorrow, have a great day. Big D Energy coming up at 11 a.m.
Appreciate you.